Hi everybody, this is BoogS Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the NECA TMNT Target exclusive Pizza Club VHS Donatello figure. So before we take a look at the final VHS turtle in this line, let's go ahead and take a look at all of his numerous accessories. So first up you get Jocko, and he is sculpted very nicely. What little paint that he has on him, the light brown color right here and the black lines on him came out very clean. You get some little tufts of fur on his arms and legs sculpted on, and that looks very nice. One weird thing though is you can see on his chest and belly you get some weird gloss splotches, so that's a little odd, but he does look very nice other than that. Up next you get this damaged roadkill Rodney head sculpt. I like how the wires are sticking out and you can see all the mechanical pieces on the inside of it. I don't have him, so I can't say how that looks on him. But yeah, if you do have that, you can put this on that body. So I think that's pretty cool that they did include a new accessory for an older figure. Up next he comes with a set of open hands, but on the left side this hand is extremely loose. I can put it in and you can see it rocking. It is incredibly loose on here, so I'm curious to see if anyone else that has this figure also has a very loose left hand. Up next he comes with his accessory holding hands. Up next he comes with his peanut butter, pickle, and avocado pizza, which is very disgusting, but it looks very nice. The way it's sculpted and painted is done very well. I especially love how the avocados are painted, with the darker green on the outside and the lighter green here. That looks very awesome. Up next he comes with his VHS tape. Up next he comes with his staff, and this is sculpted really well. I'm pretty sure this is just the same staff that came with the previous Donatello figures, but the wood grain on this is sculpted really well. The wrappings are also sculpted really well, and you get the black lines in between. I do wish this would have been a new staff though, because on all of them it separates in the middle, and this one is actually pretty loose. It takes hardly any pressure to pop that in half. So I do wish this would have been a new staff that was all one piece instead of separating there in the middle. And finally he comes with one of my favorite accessories ever, this spinning bow effect and this special hand for holding it. This is sculpted so well. The translucent plastic that it's cast in and the little brown whooshing effects in between, that just looks so awesome. NECA just did an awesome job on this accessory. The way it looks like it's spinning looks superb. The only downside is it's incredibly heavy and it weighs his hand down. This wrist joint right here has gotten really loose because of that. You can kind of mess with it and get it to stay like that, but yeah, it is a very heavy accessory, so after some time, I could see this joint breaking off from having it up like this. It might even make his elbow weak. So while it is a phenomenal looking effect, I am a little weary of having him hold it permanently. I'll probably display him just holding his normal one, that way I don't break the joint off right here or make his elbow joint loose. So now let's go ahead and take a look at his head sculpt. So taking a look at this head sculpt, I think NECA did a pretty good job on this. I do wish we would have gotten an alternate head sculpt though. I feel like he really needed an alternate smiling head sculpt. Instead we're just stuck with this angry head sculpt, which it does look good. NECA did a very good job with it. I just wish we had more display options for him other than just angry Donatello. Just like with the rest of the turtles, this is more or less the same body mold. Of course you get the different belt right here with the D for Donatello outlined in black. That came out pretty clean. I think that looks really good. You get the two-tone greens. I did forget to mention that he actually has storage back here for his staff on the back of his belt, and that's actually why this pops in half. I did forget about that, so that is actually why it pops in half. This one is really loose though. I've never had that issue with any of the other previous Donatello figures. This one, you can see it just comes off with no pressure whatsoever. So yeah, definitely be careful of that. I think if you leave it alone like that, it'll probably stay, but the second you try to take this out, it'll just pop apart. I don't know if the camera is catching it, but most of this figure is matte, and the shoulders and right here by the neck are really glossy. The rest of the figure is this matte finish, but right here around the shoulder areas, it's very glossy. You can see how glossy it is when compared to like his head and his forearms. So that's kind of odd. You also see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, it's a really weird gloss streak right here. Across the top right side of his shell right here. It's just one little gloss swipe. That's very strange. So that's about all to go over with Donatello. If you have any of the other turtles, you pretty much know what to expect from him minus the accessories. So now let's go ahead and go over his articulation. He has a ball jointed head that can look up just about all the way. Can't look down too much. He can move his head side to side. The bandana has a swivel that can move up and down and spin all the way around. He has shoulders that can move out that far. The right side, just like on all the other turtles I've reviewed, moves out farther than the left. He has a swivel at the bicep, single jointed elbow that can bend in that far, swivels side to side. He has a swivel wrist that can move side to side and up and down very slightly. He has a ball joint up here in his shell that can move up and down. I feel like he has the best articulation in the shell out of all of the brothers. Can move side to side very slightly. He has ball jointed hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He has a thigh swivel that's pretty nice. A couple of the turtles' thigh swivels were pretty hindered. Also, now that I'm doing the articulation, you can see that little gloss patch right here on the upper thigh. Another strange place of that little gloss. He has double jointed knees, and there the staff popped in half. And he has ankles that can move down just a little bit, up just a little bit, and an ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. Before I do size comparisons, I did forget to show off one of his accessories. You get this little paper degree right here. I actually lost it. So yeah, I did forget about this accessory because it's so tiny. I definitely wish it would have been made out of a better material like cardstock or something. This is extremely thin and easy to lose. I actually lost it before this video and I lost it during the video. So yeah, this is an accessory that he comes with that is tiny and you definitely need to keep track of this. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to the Turtles in Disguise version of himself. Here he is next to his 4-pack version. This one's staff had a really bad problem with warping. I do like the expression on this one's head. I definitely think they should have included a repainted version of this head in with this figure. Here he is next to his Punk version. Here he is next to Splinter. Here he is next to Shredder. And finally, here he is next to all of his brothers, and I have to say they look fantastic next to each other. NECA did a really good job on all of these. So if you can find Donatello and the rest of these turtles, then I would highly recommend picking them up. The only downside is, even though they do come with a bunch of fun accessories, I do wish they would have came with more head sculpts and hands. That's one thing that I think could have been improved with these releases. These are more or less ultimate versions of these cartoon turtles, so it would have been nice if they would have came with more hands and head sculpts. I think that would have been nice. But other than that, they are all really awesome, and you should definitely pick them up, especially if you don't have any of the other turtles, or even if you do. I think even though they could have used some more accessories, these are my favorite cartoon turtles so far. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.